Nice. Welcome back.
Good morning
to another edition of Roast Beef and Bagels. I think I'm green, right? I'm green. We didn't check our mics first.
Yeah.
There is a lot of bugs.
There is a lot of bugs. It's raining. Well, it was raining. That's why.
It was raining.
A lot of gnats. I had to spray myself. And I'm not doing roast beef today because July 1st, I go back to full carnivore. So I figured I'd have a bagel today. So it's bagels and bagels today.
It's bagels and bagels.
Oh my gosh.
Lot to talk about.
We got craziness going on.
Crazy week.
Craziness.
I mean, I don't even know. I know you have your list. I don't even know where you want to start.
So we want to start local? We can start local.
Well, I think we should start local.
All right. So I don't know how to say the guy's name. The one
Mamdani.
Yeah, so this socialist Democrat, which is really a communist, just won the Democratic primary.
Dangerous.
Very dangerous.
What I don't understand is, you know what the problem with New Yorkers? You guys, I lump us in there too. You don't really kind of vote for the policies. You vote for the people. You're like, oh, that person's black, they're cool, let's vote for them. Oh, that person's Muslim, oh, that's cool, let's vote for them. Oh, that person's a transgender, oh, let's vote for them. This guy, you gotta vet this guy, man. He's looking to, one, if you're white, have a different tax
on property.
Then what is that?
That's racism. That's racism. It's on the front cover of the post there.
So if you're a white person, do you have to pay more taxes because of your skin color?
Racism.
Not because of what you make financially or anything, like you're in a different bracket or level. Are you kidding me? Then he wants to have city-owned and controlled businesses like grocery stores. That's like socialism.
Go ask Venezuela how that worked out. They tried that.
Then he physically went after Tom Holtzman for trying to deport illegal immigrants and criminals. I mean, it is so dangerous.
There's already people coming out saying he wants free healthcare, free college, and he wants free transportation. So buses, trains. They're talking about he's going to need $1.5 trillion to give that to everybody every year.
And not only that, and
you know where it comes from?
Tax money. And what about the minimum wage? $30 an hour. $30. So you
McDonald's is going to be $120.
Now you're going to go to McDonald's. McDonald's is expensive to begin with. I went there the other day to get something to eat. Well, not me, but a hash brown. They're fucking this big. They're $3 each now.
Minimum wage went up.
$3 each.
No one knows economics. They just say, let the corporations pay. Most people don't know. We looked into it. Remember one time we looked into it years ago? McDonald's is 99% of them are not corporate. They're individuals. And the individual that owns it makes about $120,000 a year on average. And that's after he pays off the original mortgage. There's no way to get the money from except for raising the prices of the product. There's no way to get it. You can't get it from nowhere.
You could buy the franchise name, but the name alone is going to cost you over $1 million just to buy the name.
It's crazy, bro.
It is crazy.
I don't think you should be able to vote until
like you're 40.
Until you understand economics.
It's amazing. Now listen, granted, the choices weren't great, right? You had Cuomo, a former governor of New York. He got removed for like sexual advances. I'd rather vote for a guy trying to hit on a broad for a date than some guy that's going to fuck up your life.
He's not dropping out, by the way.
No, I heard he's going to try to run as independent.
You know what that means? Curtis is definitely going to win.
Well,
definitely going to win. Republicans going to be the first time the Republican since Giuliani is going to be mad.
I don't know.
Here first.
I think Eric Adams still has his loyal people. Weren't many people that voted?
No.
In the mayoral.
I think just 1.5 million. $1 million.
I was going to say, I don't even know if it hit the million. Very low turnout. And the race was pretty close.
Yeah, they said head to head, if Cuomo would run against him head to head, this guy, man, whatever his name is, it would be 39% of the people apiece. It's very close.
They said, yeah, so if you got two independents, a Democrat and a Republican, I think it's going to flatten everything and make it closer to race, no?
I think the Democrats are going to cancel each other out. And if every Republican comes out that voted for Trump, Curtis wins easily. Not even close. Not even close.
Well, that's going to be in November.
I'm happy, though.
Why?
Dude, Curtis is not going to be perfect either. But we have somebody with a little common sense who understands you can't raise taxes
If
on...
Curtis gets in, I don't know if he's going to get in. I kind of think, to be honest with you, I think Adams might get in again.
I mean, if you ask me to pick between the three, I don't know. I would probably either be Cuomo or Adams if I couldn't vote for Curtis. But I don't know. Adams is a flip-flopper.
Well,
I don't know. I don't like Cuomo for other reasons. He's not his dad. His dad was a great... Even though he's a Democrat. Democrats back then were much different.
Adams, he changed his whole way of thinking after Biden administration tried to lock him up.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I'm the wrong people trying to lock you up.
Is it that he's flip-flopping, or is that things came to the light with him on how these people really work and operate? I mean, he was a liberal through and through until he saw that he really didn't get support from his own party.
Well, the thing I didn't like about it is that he was saying that the governor of Texas is racist because he can't accept any illegal immigrants. Once the governor of Texas started sending them here, all the he was like, oh shit. You know? When it doesn't affect you, you can change your mind 100 times.
It's very true. Dude, I can't believe we got a bagel.
Me neither. It's all right. If July 1st, that's it, no more carbs. So
You going on a strict diet?
Monday through Friday, I'm going to be very strict. On the weekends, I'll be a little loose.
What about
summertime?
What about whiskey?
Straight whiskey.
0 points.
0 points every day. Now, here we go.
You got to see the beef list today. Holy moly. I don't know if the mayor stuff was on there. You can delete it?
Yeah, delete that.
Yeah,
is there any more local? I don't know.
It don't matter. You could just attack your list. I don't think they put tomato on here today. No, they didn't.
All right, so the governor of New York, Hochul, where the fuck did it go?
Another waste.
Oh, fucking piece of shit. She put $50 million into the budget, the New York City budget from the taxpayers pay for, to litigate illegal immigrants, judicial hearings against Trump. $50 million of our money. So if you're
to defend illegal immigrants?
Yeah, against the Trump policies. Meaning if they come and pick them up, ICE picks them up, and now they're detained. The taxpayers are going to pay for their lawyer.
How do these people just get? I mean, I guess once they're voted in, how does that stuff get approved? Is I guess what I'm asking.
So the budget gets voted on. I mean, all the city councilmen, all that stuff, all the people.
And since we're such a liberal state, Jesus.
Don't get me wrong. They get represented by someone from the state anyway. But there's a lot of cases now, so she probably had to put more money in the budget.
Oh, so they're all entitled to like a public defender or whatever?
Like if me and you couldn't afford it if we got arrested, same shit, This one is killing me. I didn't realize this. The Pride people, it's Pride Month. The Pride people are doing the parade,
Didn't they do it yet?
No, I don't think so. I don't think yet, no. I mean, I could be wrong, but I just seen it today, so I don't think so yet. But the Pride Parade, and this is people that talk about all-inclusive constantly. Everybody should have a voice.
Love is love.
Love is love. They're not letting gay NYPD people march. Like if you work for the police department, remember they have their own band. They have their own band, the PD, and they have everybody in that particular band that does this is a part of that community. They're not letting them march because they're cops. It frightens them.
Wait, even though they're gay cops?
Yeah, don't matter. They shouldn't work the job. They shouldn't be on that job. What do you say to this?
People are sick. They're fucked up in the head.
Now, don't get me wrong. I know what happens the other way around. Like the Irish people don't let the gays. I think everybody's fucking.
I don't think the Irish people are too drunk to know if you're gay in the fucking Irish Day Parade, the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
If you're Irish, you're Irish. It doesn't mean if you're gay or straight, you should fucking march.
Who cares?
Who cares? But this is what happens, and I say this all the time. You heard me say it all the time. This is what happens when you divide us, right? So Irish parade only, fucking Pride parade only. There's no fucking heterosexual day parade. Me and you and I thought, hey, let's just march because we're straight.
Why?
We should stop. They'll never give us a permit. We won't get a permit in New York.
So now, if you're a cop, you can't
march.
So they're out of the LGBTQ.
Yeah, they're in their own LGBTQ, whatever, but for the police department.
They're going to add PD for the police department.
It's incredible, dude. Like, you don't even know what to say, and I feel really bad. And let me tell you something.
It's sad.
All these separate communities, whatever they may be, I'm not even going to say names. You all know all the hundreds of communities that they divide us upon. I'm going to use us because we're Italian. We can't say that we're Italians.
We don't have our own community.
No, we don't. But say we did. You can't ask for equality and special privileges in the same breath. That's not the way it works. You ask for equality and everybody's equal. No one gets a special day, a special month, a special birthday, a special fucking parade.
I think that all should be abolished.
Agreed. Got rid of it. We're all American. Grow the fuck up.
We're all people. Right? Living here, U.S. citizens, all that nonsense, gone.
All right.
All these riots and protests and separations and this and that. It doesn't do anything at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So Supreme Court.
Okay.
Yes, they made a couple of big decisions. They decided yesterday that parents have a right in the school systems to say what the kids see or not.
We do?
The people in these liberal states were putting literally porn. And you can fight me on it all you want. Look up the parents against porn and whatever or whatever. They say it's LGBT, but it's not. I read some of these books.
It's not.
They talk about inserting penises into asses. And they want that shit in your first, second, third grade classes.
Sick.
I'll be honest with you. Fuck LGBT, all that shit. I wouldn't want them talking about putting a penis into a vagina. I don't give a shit. That's not for kids. Kids should be watching fucking Barney and fucking Bugs Bunny.
They're going to go through all that stuff when they get older.
That is too much for them.
You know the pressure that puts on kids?
Oh, dude. Look, people should like you because they like you. It doesn't have to be that they don't like you and they don't like you. That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's like you said, they keep dividing.
Divide. The other thing that they went on, which I liked, a few things. Oh, yeah. So also, the fucking liberals went nuts yesterday.
Bubbles are going to burst. What the hell?
So SCOTUS kicked back funding Medicare.
This is what happens on live broadcasting. Now you can have a horn beeping throughout the whole show.
Dude, SCOTUS kicked back
the
Medicare for abortions to the states. So they wanted to make sure that every state didn't defund abortion through Medicare.
Well, isn't all stuff...
Medicaid, I'm sorry, Medicaid.
I thought all stuff with abortions to the states now after they overturned Roe v. Wade.
So that was to see if it was legal or not, abortion. Now they're stopping the funding. The federal funding is stopping, and now it's going to go to the state also? It's going to go to the state. So you can't be on Medicaid.
It should be all
and first of all, let me tell you something. You should not get partial Medicaid for 22 abortions. Look, that has nothing to do with me. Why am I paying? I didn't have the abortion. And I know you liberals think that sometimes men can have abortions. I don't know. Because I asked Chat, whatever it's called, Chat GPT, whatever the fuck it is. I asked if men can have kids, and it said yes. I don't understand. So it got rid of all the credibility.
Chat GPT said they could have kids?
Yes. And it goes with a whole explanation. Cis men, non-cis men, I don't know what the fuck. But it said overall the answer is yes, they can. I don't understand. But what do they want to do? But it just lost all credibility. So now the liberals are mad that SCOTUS said that they can't get free abortions in certain states. I don't understand. But it shouldn't be free. It's not free. It's taxpayer. The other thing SCOTUS did yesterday.
Just so everyone knows, and we've said it a million times, nothing is free in this world.
Mm.
Someone's paying for it. Okay. People like to term it. People like to term it for free. It's not free.
No. The other thing is, district court judges cannot put an injunction on the executive branch when they do an executive order. SCOTUS backed it. Done. The fucking people are crazy. They're protesting in front of them now.
If a judge can overturn something, then the judges run the country.
Right, not the president.
Not the president. So just use common sense. Right? Judges are appointed.
Appointed, not voted for.
And a president's voted for. So
the country.
So people are voting, the country is voting for the president.
Yeah.
And then he in turn appoints. So why would you appoint someone who's going to have more power than you?
That makes sense.
Liberal logic.
I didn't even know why. I don't even know why this had to go to the Supreme Court. I don't get it.
You know why? Because these are what the liberals and the Democrats do. Anything to throw a curveball or a monkey wrench in the situation. I mean, this is what goes on.
And dude, I'm gonna tell you something funny. You know, we always got on The View.
I hate The View. Whoopi
Goldberg actually thought,
isn't she leaving the country soon?
That Jill Biden, Biden's wife,
was
an actual doctor. She didn't know.
I saw that.
And she was bragging on what's such a
Surgeon
great doctor.
She said she should be the Surgeon General.
She's such a great doctor.
Because she's such a great doctor. And they corrected her own people on the show.
And she looked like a moron.
She said,
but the next day people listen to her anyway. They don't care.
They said she has a PhD in education. And she should still be the Surgeon General. She's a great doctor. Yeah, she's a fucking idiot. They're all the hags on The View. Bayhard and the Lazy Eye Sonny. All of them. All of them.
The other thing is, this is a quick hit though, just to let you know. So Nike.
You hate Nike.
I do.
I don't.
Nike is complaining that they figured out that the tariffs are going to cost Nike $1 billion a year.
Nike already went up.
Liberals are upset about this, but they're not upset that Nike pays poor Chinese kids, 9, 10 years old, $2 an hour to make the sneaker.
Mm-hmm.
They're not upset about that. They don't care about that. They only care about Trump's tariffs. They don't care about the 7-year-old that's working 13 hours for fucking $14 an hour, for $14 a day.
Not even an hour, they'd be loaded.
The fucking assholes.
Of course, because they're hypocrites, bro. It's what it boils down to. Why do we always say, hypocrisy?
Hypocrisy kills me, dude.
Always with the liberals and what they do. Right? You're mad about tariffs. You're a multi-billion-dollar industry, and you don't make any of your goods in the U.S. No. You're a multi-billion-dollar industry, farming your stuff out to overseas, to these sweatshops, right? You guys don't go down there and vet who's working in there. You know, you're selling an average pair of sneakers. Some
$120, $130,
right? About $120, $130. Some of their retail sneakers are $200 plus, right? And again, I know this. I buy a lot of Nike stuff, a lot of Nike sneakers and clothing. You guys have gone up before the tariffs, right? Especially around the holidays. You always see like a $5 increment here and there and stuff like that. But you don't care about the kids that are in these sweatshops getting a couple of bucks an hour to mass produce a pair of Air Jordans that you're going to sell for $250 to Americans who I don't even know where the Americans are getting the money. The parents got to shell it out from the kids.
They're from us, dude.
Because when the kids ask, I mean, I don't say no. So it's like we're shelling out. I know we're shelling out this money for the kids and everything, and it's insane. You're worried about a tariff for a multi-billion-dollar industry.
But you can have slave labor. It's okay. It's fine. I know this is going to be a long show today. I can tell you guys that's the truth. So one more thing on my end. It's going to be a roast beef rant.
We might rename the segment
roast
beef rant.
Yeah, because I got to find something on Facebook first because I want to take it right from it or whatever.
You go on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. Let's see.
Surprised it's not in Facebook jail again.
Not yet. Maybe next week. But so I went on the thing with saying about a post on liberals are wrong and they don't even admit they're wrong, whatever. And I put a bunch of bullet points, right? So a friend of mine, I don't want to say who she is, but I know her for a long time. I actually know she was a kid. We're cool, whatever. Me and her don't see politically eye to eye or whatever. So she went on this thing called Chat GBT. She took my statement, put it on Chat GBT, and then Chat GBT literally proved almost everything wrong, which is impossible to be true. So I wrote down that gas prices are lower now. Chat GBT said partially true, and it gives an explanation. I said the stock market is stock market's back, it bounced back out. It goes partially true.
Stock market's through the roof.
I said egg prices are low, partially true. It says there's no World War III. It says true but misleading, right? So I understand. I can go through the 20 things, but I understand why liberals now don't really see the world, because they take whatever anybody else says, puts it into ChatGPT, and thinks that ChatGPT is telling the truth. The one thing that I know was definitely true is I put in the tariffs that we collected like 2.5 trillion, according to the CBO. It's nothing to do with me. I didn't. They said this is absolutely false. It's 100% false. No one could calculate how many goods we've gotten so far. This is from ChatGPT. But if you're a liberal and you believe this shit, you're in a different world. Just because you put it into AI doesn't make AI right. They're getting information from the major news corporations, and most of them lean left.
Well, I was going to say, what the acronym AI, what does that stand for? Do you know what it stands for? Artificial
intelligence. It tells you it's artificial intelligence.
So artificial. What does the word artificial mean?
Right, made up. Right?
Hello?
Yeah. Dude, I can keep going through the whole thing.
Fake intelligence, artificial intelligence, not real. Right?
And I feel bad. Like I do. I feel bad that people believe this shit. Like I always say, listen, if I go into a grocery store, a gas station's a perfect example, dude. You go to a gas station, I pay $1 less than I did last year. That means gas prices are down. I don't need AI to tell me that. No. I put it in my
wallet tells me.
Yeah, like what the fuck? The egg prices are back to normal. You don't want to give Trump credit for it? That's fine, don't. But they're back to normal. It's not partially true. It is fucking true. I go to shop. AI don't shop. No. Do they shop?
No,
I never heard of it.
I told you we go through a lot. I mean, you want to talk about eggs? I go through a lot of eggs.
He's a big egg guy.
So
you should really buy a fucking chicken.
I told you I usually buy 3 dozen at a clip, and
every 2-3 days
they go down.
It makes me gassy too much.
I'm gonna have a lot of cholesterol issues. But I'm telling you, it goes down. It's down rather. And the same thing with gas. It's down. You know, I don't know what else people need to do to kind of believe this stuff. I mean, you can see it. You're physically paying for it.
Yeah.
But yet, if you put it into some AI thing
or you're wrong,
or Google it and or it comes back with a different number, that means they're gonna counteract what we're saying or give us a little Facebook war and say that whatever we're posting is incorrect.
It's crazy. Just live your life. Of course, you know. Like they said that tariffs was going to cause major increases in everything. It has not. Not only that, inflation is down. Inflation is down, but they don't talk about it. They don't want to. They don't know how it got down. If you ask fucking ChatGPT, they'll say it's not true or it's partially true. I mean, no, it's true. We're paying less now than we were paying when on the Biden. Just admit it.
It's just the liberals don't want to listen. All the 4 years of damage that were done, that the liberals turned a blind eye to, they don't want to recognize anything good coming out of this administration. And you know, I think we spoke about this on one of the prior episodes. I don't even know if it's the Republican Party. I think it's just Donald Trump.
Yeah, I don't think he was a true Republican anyway.
But I just think people, for whatever reason, dislike somebody who, I don't know, he never did nothing to me personally, right? I don't think he ever did anything to a great part of this world.
All loved them, including the fucking people on The View.
Oh, yeah. He was on The View
a bunch of times, and they loved him.
There were times where
they told him that he should run for president.
He was on hip hop shows.
Yeah,
he was on Oprah talking about running for president
like 20 years ago, and they hate him now.
Well, Snoop likes him now.
Oh, now he's back to liking him?
Snoop's back to liking him.
Right. Did you see 50 Cent?
No, he always liked Trump. He put the thing up behind him as he was rapping.
No, but 50 Cent told the guy who just won the primary in New York, the mayor guy,
yeah,
I'll give you $1 million to just drop out of the race. So he said, I'll give you $1 million, drop out of the race. And not only that, dude, this guy, I meant to say this before we went in that segment. He was saying that, Cuomo was saying that he feels that if he gets elected, that all these wealthy people that he's going to want to tax, which is really the workers, are going to leave, and that 500,000 people already left from January and now, either they're retiring or they can't afford the city anymore. And this guy's response was, well, we'll try to pass a law that states that if they leave, they still have to pay taxes for 10 years in New York, so that way we're okay.
Can you imagine?
It's unconstitutional. They tried that shit in California. It's not going to work.
Did you see? You sent it to me. California is now imposing a new tax on gas.
Yeah, another one.
So it could look like the gas prices are going up.
Yeah, only in California you're going to think that they're not down.
Well, listen, Newsom, he's got to. I mean I hate to say it.
Did you hear that Kamala Harris is going to
run against him?
Yeah, you know why though, right? Because he's going to run for president, and he doesn't want to have the two of them. So next time around,
do you think he's going to run?
Yeah, that's it. That's why she's running. That was the agreement. They don't want to lose that seat to just anybody. They want to keep it in that crew. So Kamala is going to go over there. Let's say, right, Kamala, Miss Harris. Miss Harris is going to California to run for governor. I don't think she'll win.
I don't think she'll win either. Unfortunately, these people expose themselves on how stupid they really are when they get to these platforms. And, listen, people are going to expose themselves anyway. Social media is going to do it for you.
Yeah, somebody will find something.
I was going to say, somebody's going to find it.
Live.
Whether it's roast beef and bagels or whoever else is your favorite YouTube, Facebook, Instagram,
obviously with
Twitter, X, whatever platform, TikTok you listen to, they're going to expose these people anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. I mean, I think what's her name's going to be out of politics altogether.
Well,
Kamala. Yeah, I don't know. I can't see her being in politics.
People are already running like surveys in California. Just they always put out like a feed to see what's going on. They said that she's going to try to run. I mean, they don't want to lose the Newsom seat. They can't go red. If they go red, forget it. And then someone was just saying to me this morning. I went on Facebook that they believe that New Jersey's going to go red.
Well, the guy who replaced Murphy this year, he was a Democrat. He barely won. He barely beat the guy, the Republican candidate running against him. Jersey's similar to New York. It's another liberal state.
Yeah.
Listen, they're getting exposed too with all the nonsense over there. Listen, it's just ridiculous. I was just thinking about something when you mentioned The View. Either last week or the week prior, they had Schwarzenegger on. I don't know. Did you see it?
Yeah. She shut down Joe Bayard.
So they were trying to bait him about the whole immigration thing.
And he said, no, you have to come over here legally. That's the way you do it.
And he said that you're in someone's house. He said, you need to pay the house the most respect.
Yeah.
He said that they
were shocked.
And they were like patting him on the back, trying to kid glove treat him nicely.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, when he came over, he was so happy. He said he came over with nothing. And
look at me, I am a millionaire now.
He said he was so happy that the American people and the culture embraced him, but he said because he showed them nothing but respect. And he said he has to give back to the country. He said not destroy the country, not disrespect the country. And they were shocked that
he's anti-Trump, that's why.
Well,
he's anti-Trump, but he's not anti-policy. Like the policy.
When he was governor, though, he won under the Democratic or Republican.
He was the last Republican governor of California.
So they were shocked though because they tried to bait him with the whole immigration thing.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I don't know. I guess The View's live where that wouldn't be edited.
I don't think it's live. No, I think it's edited. They had to leave it in. I mean, what are they gonna do? If someone finds out that they edited that out, it's gonna be worse. They had to leave that in.
Like the 60-minute thing.
That's still, right?
Still going. It's still going around.
Yeah, crazy.
About what happened with that.
And dude, we didn't talk about it, but did you see that guy who was running for mayor? I mean, he's not running now because it's over. But Ladman or something,
who got arrested?
Locked up.
Well, he was interfering with an arrest. I mean, listen, I don't get your mentality. Who are you because you're walking around with a camera phone yelling at someone to show you a warrant?
There's no warrants for that.
But they don't have a right to do that. I don't got to show you shit. Yeah. I'm doing my job.
The only person that if you had a warrant to show, is you had to show the person that you're locking up eventually. You don't have to show up anybody around them and nothing like that. And just for people who don't know, because I know people don't understand this, I kept on putting up on the post that day. What are they locking them up for? Why are they locking them up? So there's something called OGA. It's called obstruction of a governmental agency. So if I work for ICE and I'm trying to arrest him and someone tries to prevent me from arresting him, it's OGA. I lock him up because he's preventing me from doing my job to make the city safe. So that's what the guy got locked up. He got locked up for OGA. Everybody on the internet, there was no reason to lock him up. What does he get locked up for? Learn the fucking law and then stop talking shit.
I think they should lock people up, but he got out like the next day. But I would leave them in.
Some people were saying though it was
a publicity thing for his
for campaign
for campaigning and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. So did you see the look?
They hate us.
No, but the guy looked a little bit off. That's why we watch.
Serial killer, you gotta watch.
This is New York. People are fucking nuts here. So, but yeah, I'm glad that they locked that guy up, and they should have. And
that one in New Jersey too, a couple of weeks ago. Did you see that? We didn't talk about it.
No.
So
same thing.
Same thing. I think maybe it was the mayor and some local officials. They went to an ICE thing over in Jersey, and they started pushing the ICE agents. They fucking locked them up. Fuck it, who cares? And I agree, you can't touch somebody in uniform. And believe it or not, dude, if I just go like this to you, at least in New York City, because I don't know the laws outside, but if you push them, that's assault too. You don't have to get hurt. You just touch somebody in uniform in an aggressive fashion.
But unfortunately now you see it on YouTube and everything. They're not locking these people up that are disrespectful to the cops. I think you should. I mean, it's unfortunate. Like the law enforcement, they have to watch everything they do now because everyone takes out a camera phone. Everyone thinks because they have a camera phone rolling, they're in the right or they know the law and they can do what they want because they're recording the incident. I don't know, man. I mean, you touch a cop back in our days. Oh,
you know how many times Officer Fitzgerald fucked me up and brought me home to my grandmother's? No one sued. He kept me in line.
And you didn't get arrested either.
No, they fuck you up.
Cop would smack you up and then they'd bring you home. Say, all right, don't do that again.
And I remember, to be honest with you, this is the truth. You'd rather get your ass kicked and sent home with your mom than to have a record. That's the truth of the matter. You can't get certain jobs.
Of course.
I got my ass kicked. I didn't say a word. Beat me up with a fucking stick, brought me home to my grandma, and that was it. I was like, okay, no problem. And when I seen him, I was scared shit of him. I was like, oh, Mr. Fitzgerald, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was.
Fitzgerald was a special type of cop. Nah.
It's funny, you knew you knew the cops in your neighborhood.
We were from the same neighborhood, but he was from the north side. I was in Williamsburg, but not far. But we knew, like, the fucking cops that were gangster. Like, it
was the same precinct that did the neighborhood, the 9-4.
Oh, man, dude. I didn't fuck with Fitzgerald, bro. I remember one day, true story. I was a part of the karate class on Nassau Avenue, and I was, like, trying to impress this girl. There was a girl there, whatever. I was, like, I don't know, 14, whatever. And I had a what do you call it?
Nunchucks.
The sword, the Japanese.
The samurai.
Yeah. And I would wear my gi to the place, and I put the samurai sword down my leg.
And you walk up Manhattan Avenue?
I was walking up Manhattan Avenue, and fucking Fitzgerald see me by 126 Boulevard with the sword.
Oh,
he was watching your fucking pants.
You're dead.
Fitzgerald, I'm just trying to. He didn't give a shit. Boom! Slam me on the car. Took the fucking sword.
Dude, you had nunchucks.
I did have nunchucks.
You used to go like that.
Well, dude, it was crazy. I mean, he didn't get me in trouble. He drove me to my master. He said, I don't believe you. So I went, and it was like, Sabudin, right? I was like, yeah. And I said, I'm supposed to bring it to you, right? All right.
Did you work at Radio Shack, too?
I worked at Radio Shack. I made more money then than I did now.
It's crazy.
I used to get commission checks twice a month and my regular salary. It was crazy. I loved Radio Shack.
You didn't care?
Oh, dude. You know how many times I lost money in Radio Shack? True story. So I got a guy, whose name is Bruno Sammartino, the wrestler.
The wrestler?
Yeah, but it wasn't him. He was related, but it wasn't him. It was my manager. He says to me one day, I was like fucking 15. He says to me, dude, there's a thing called Prodigy. They're asking everybody in the company to buy shares. It's $8 a share. Just buy like 10 shares. Trust me, you're going to be good. I know Prodigy. So I said, what is Prodigy? You know what he said? Prodigy is something that's starting like the World Wide Web. It's something new. You're going to be able to go into the computer, type something in, and all these things are going to come up. And I was like, fuck that, whatever. 2 years later, Prodigy gets bought out by a company called AOL. The fucking thing went from $8 a share to $180 a share within like 2. No, it was my shit. I wouldn't even be here. I wouldn't be with roast beef and bagels. I'd be fucking sitting in some fucking thing. I've been retired years ago. Fucking shit.
I got in on the Facebook.
Did you?
The beginning. What is it called? IPO.
Did you make a lot of them? Like, what was it when it came out?
It was low.
10?
No, a little more than that. But I forgot what the starting price was. But I know initially when it came out, it
plummeted.
big
because
time.
they sell the stuff. Meaning the company sees everybody buying, they sell to keep it low.
So then then there was like a big scandal about the whole thing. But if you let it ride,
Did you let it ride?
well, I
You sold?
consolidated. So I took like my portfolios and I moved it to something else because I consolidated because I had stuff like all over. And I don't want to say I'm a day trader by any means, but I was doing it myself, and it was too hard to kind of manage. I'm not gonna lie. It's just whatever the percentages are, it's much easier to give it to a professional to do it. That's what they do all day.
Right.
So whatever they reinvested in, I just trusted them to do the reinvestment.
Facebook went up a lot. No, I mean,
Facebook went up a lot. IPO. I also got in on the IPO for MasterCard or Visa, one of them. That one, dude, I got a killing on. Again, when I was doing it by myself. But no, I mean, if you pay attention to stuff like that, I mean, you could make a killing. Dude, how'd we segue to this?
I don't know, but I'll tell you right now, Steve's my guy, right? Steve said to me one time, he says, we have a friend, Steve. He actually does it for a living, though. And he said to me, dude, when Martha Stewart went to jail, her stock went plummeting. It went down to like $4 a share, $5 a share. He said, you got to buy it. I said, why? He says, when she gets out, it's going to go nuts. I didn't think about it, whatever. Dude, $5 a share, I don't have money, but I could have probably bought 100 shares. I mean, $500, whatever,
Easy.
I didn't do it. When she came out, the first day, it went up to like fucking $125 a share. I was like,
dude, my brother-in-law bought a share from the Green Bay Packers.
One share?
One share. I don't think they sell them anymore. It's the only publicly owned football team.
So he lives there or no? You don't live there.
Jersey.
That's what I'm saying. How did they let him buy it?
You were able to buy it?
It didn't matter.
No, he bought one share.
I thought it was only the Green Bay area. No, I thought that, yeah.
No, he bought
I didn't know.
He owns a
Speaking
share.
of green, it doesn't match. I get mad. Look, I was gonna match.
Dude, but what about the Blue Jays?
Look, it's a college team. You don't care. I got it from Timu.
No, not Timu. What not?
Fucking bugs.
What a dick.
And I sprayed myself with off. They're still coming. They don't care.
So, but anyway, we had a lot to catch up on. And of course, Roast Beef and Bagels, we'll be back to catch up on more, as always. But thank you for tuning in, and we'll talk to everybody soon. Ciao.